Welcome back to Hispanic Agenda. We've been following the story of the influx of unaccompanied minors crossing the U.S.-Mexico border since February. And as many of you, we've turned to Armando Trull's reporting on the local NPR station, WAMU, to get a better grasp of the situation there. Thank you for being here. So you recently traveled to El Salvador, to Central America, to find out what may be causing this influx. What did you learn?
Well, there are several causes, but if there is one factor that we heard over and over again from children, from researchers, is the violence. It's the violence that is making daily life for many of these children almost impossible. These are children that are living in gang-infested neighborhoods that the police called red zones, and these are neighborhoods where just walking from your home to your workplace could cost you your life if you were crossing an opposing gang territory. The gangs that belong to your neighborhood will also attack you and accost you and ask you for money. And even the police is sometimes being accused of heavy-handed tactics. And so for a lot of these children, the violence just becomes unbearable.
Now, to get over here using a coyote, these people that you pay them money
Smuggler.
and they smuggler, they cross you over to the U.S. It costs about $10,000. Where are they getting the money from to pay this smuggler?
Well, that's a good question. There are a lot of ways that these children and their parents facilitate the trip for them. Sometimes it is using coyotes, and the coyotes, just like any business, takes credit. So,
really?
if you don't have the upfront money, you're going to pay a portion. And of course, not paying the coyote is like not paying the mafia. The consequences are not very good for you or your family. So that's one way. But it's also become a cottage industry where people who have made the trip will now kind of facilitate or be consultants, as it were, for some of the people making the trip. So they will accompany them halfway or all the way to the Mexico border or to the Guatemala border with Mexico. The desperation that is driving people to spend money is also driving all of these people that are facilitating the trip. And then there are people who just go out on their own.
Now let's talk about the impact of the minors here locally. We're talking about our area. I guess Fairfax County has the largest amount of migrant children with 1,023 of these children. Prince George's County, 916, Montgomery County, 816, Prince William, 361, and Alexandria, 133. How are these local governments dealing with the issue?
Well, I think that first you have to understand that these numbers may actually be undercounted because they only represent the children that were actually detained by immigration authorities. There are children who were able to slip past. So the numbers are going to be are larger, and those numbers are as of July 31st. The numbers are going to be bigger as the months continue because the children are coming. The first line the first place where a child will probably have some interaction with the government is in the schools, because by law these children have to be schooled, and as the parents are going to the school system to enroll these children, the unaccompanied children, or their sponsors when it isn't a parent, that is the first place. And so you see a lot of the school systems throughout the Metro DC area, particularly in Prince George's County. By the way, Maryland, I was speaking to Maryland officials yesterday. Maryland has the highest per capita number of unaccompanied children in the United States.
Yeah, we did a report on that a couple of weeks ago, and we had some folks from the Governor's Office of Hispanic Affairs with us, and they were telling us exactly that. Really quick, and I need a short question because of short answer because of time.
Yes.
What's next? What are you paying attention to as this story evolves?
Well, I think one of the things that you want to do is whether or not the government will be successful in shutting down the pipeline of children. That's a big question. And of course, the other question is what's going to happen to them. How is the process going to deal with the children that are here, and whether it will be done in a fair and equitable manner for all of the parties involved. And there's still a lot of questions as to whether that's the case.
Armando Trull, thank you so much.
Pleasure to be here.
All right, next, In Focus, Latinos and Retirement. What you need to know. Then later, an excellent and fun way to give back to the community by supporting Hispanic youth and wounded warriors. Coming up.